Have you ever been out hiking or camping and wish you had a way to charge your phone or power a small town? Well, I have some gear here from Bluetti that's perfect for you. Okay, so you're not really going to be able to power a small town, but you will be able to power up or charge pretty much everything you need when you're outdoors. Okay, so first we have the main piece. This is the Bluetti Handsfree 2. It's a power station in a backpack. To be more specific, okay, it's a 512 watt power station that's ultra slim and fits in the 60-liter backpack. So actually, yeah, it is a power station in a backpack. And next we have the Bluetti PV350D solar panel. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. That's gonna give me a hernia. Here it is, a 350 watt solar panel. Before we get started, I have to thank Bluetti for sending all of this out to me. I need to put this down. When they originally reached out to me, I honestly wasn't interested in these products. I'm not a hiker or camper. I'm also definitely not an overlander or a van life kind of person. In fact, I'd rather be indoors than outside at all. So I didn't see why I would need anything like this. I eventually did some research to see what the Handsfree 2 was all about, and it looked interesting, especially for photographers or videographers, and dare I say it, a content creator like myself. So I messaged them back because this looked like it would help me basically turn anywhere I go into my portable studio. Before we get into my experience with the Handsfree 2, let's go over the specs of everything. Let's start off with the Handsfree 2 power station. It comes in the 60-liter backpack, but let's go over the actual power station first. This is a 512 watt-hour power station with a maximum combined output of 700 watts. It's 15 inches tall, 4 inches wide, and 12 inches deep. It weighs about 16.5 pounds or 7.5 kilos. The casing on this feels really nice and premium. As for the battery life, obviously it varies depending on what you have plugged in, but for reference, it can charge an iPhone 15 Pro Max 15 times, a MacBook Pro 7 times, a drone 5 times, or a digital camera 23 times. When you have it out of the backpack like this, you can stand it up vertically or lay it on its side. No matter which orientation you have it set, there's rubber feet to keep it from sliding around. On the front of the unit is an LCD status display. We'll take a closer look at that later. Below that screen are the only 3 buttons to control the power station. There's the on-off button in the middle, and then a DC and an AC button. Towards the bottom is the XT60 DC input that supports between 12 and 45 volts with a max 8.2 amp or 350 watt input to charge the unit. There are 5 outputs on this unit. There are 2 USB-Cs, both capable of 100 watt outputs. Directly below those are 2 USB-As with 15 watt output. And finally, there's an AC output in the back that outputs 230 volts with a maximum 700 watts. While we're still in the back of the unit, in the center here is the AC input to charge the unit. It takes a standard C13 connector. It does come with a 6-foot AC charging cable, by the way. There are multiple recharging options for this power station. If you're AC charging this, it takes about 45 minutes to get from 0 to 80%, or 1.3 hours to get to the full 100%. If you're solar charging the unit, it takes 2 hours at 350 watts. It also comes with a 5-foot MC4 to XT60 solar charging cable. I don't have a car charger for it, but they state that it takes about 5.8 hours to charge at 12 volts or 3.1 hours at 24 volts. Also, in case you were wondering, this power station does have UPS capabilities. Now back to the status screen. The center shows the total percentage remaining with a rough running time below that, which will adjust when you have things plugged in. On the left side is the input wattage for both the AC and DC inputs. On the right is the output wattage for AC or DC, and there's also an indication as to which is being used. It actually gives even more essential information as you can see here, but that's just the basic stuff that you'll immediately notice. Bluetti has an app that connects to the battery that gives more control, status, and options than what you can get on the unit itself. The app is pretty well made and easy to navigate and understand. There's a built-in carry handle on the power station, so it's easy to move around or take in and out of the backpack. Speaking of the backpack, let's take a look at that next. This is a travel-friendly backpack that's made from very high-quality polyester fabric and has comfortable padding in multiple places. The Bluetti logo is here on the front, and at the top is a small zip pouch. Below that is a larger pouch that fastens with Velcro. On the outside of that pouch are 6 loops that you can attach things to. And at the bottom here is a large pouch that has pockets for pens, cards, or whatever you want to put in there. Between the pouches are buckles that you can loop items through. Let's go ahead and open up the first part of the bag. This reminds me of what you'll see in a carry-on luggage. There's zip mesh compartments to separate items, and a couple open mesh compartments here too. There's also a strap here that you'll often see in luggage to tie everything down. If you need more space, there's a zipper that wraps all the way around to expand the compartment. The next part of the bag is meant to hold your gear. There's a nice 3-digit combination lock on the top to keep everything in here secure. There's a pouch here in the flap to fit a laptop or iPad. Or both at the same time, really. Then there's padded dividers here to place things like cameras or drones. It's not fully customizable, but you can remove the dividers in order to fit larger items. And finally, in the last section of the bag is where the power station fits in. It's pretty much a perfect fit for the unit, and uses these straps to hold it in. There's also a top divider so you can put some items on the top. I usually just keep all the cables I need in here. The sides of this compartment have vented rubber flaps that can be opened to get access to the front or back of the power station without needing to take the whole unit out. The flaps can be held open with these Velcro straps on either side. Let's close this up and check out some other features of this bag. Beside those flaps are mesh pockets to hold water bottles or small items. Up top here are bungee cords to secure longer items. At the bottom of the bag are 2 carrying straps to cinch items to the bag. I like to carry my tripod with these straps. The shoulder straps are well padded and pretty comfortable. The left strap has a non-removable action camera buckle mount. There's also a sternum strap here to help spread the weight more evenly across your shoulders. Finally, there are waist straps here to help carry the load. They have even more pouches built into them. There's a rain cover here that's tucked into one of the pouches. By the way, all of the external zippers have a rubber lining to help keep the bag water resistant. I'd want to say for sure that it's safe to bring on a plane as a carry-on, since the size of this bag are probably at the max airline dimensions to be classified as a carry-on item. Obviously without the power station, as most airlines have a max battery capacity size of 160 watt-hours. I do have to say that I was able to bring this on a flight recently though, without any issues. Finally, we have the Bluetti PV350D. It's a portable 350 watt folding solar panel. This will help keep devices like their Handsfree 2 charged up and operational without grid power. It weighs 30 pounds and lays pretty flat when collapsed. The only thing that bulges out would be the built-in wire storage pouch. Its dimensions when folded up is roughly 3 feet by 2 feet, and when it's fully opened up, it's about 8 feet by 3 feet. Luckily, there's a sturdy handle that's built in, so it makes this solar panel easy to carry around. It has an impressive 23.4% efficiency. This basically means that it can convert more sunlight into usable energy compared to other panels on the market. It works relatively well even in low light conditions, thanks to its 95% transparency. On average, monocrystalline solar panels like this have efficiency rates typically between 15 and 20%. It has a rugged design and is rated IP65, so it's highly resistant to dust and small particles, and is protected from water splashes. The panels have a scratch-resistant surface and is easy to clean if it gets dirty. There are 4 adjustable kickstands on the back to prop up and angle the panels to maximize sunlight exposure. It's equipped with an MC4 connector, so it's compatible with most power stations on the market that are rated to work with solar panels 350 watts and up. Whenever I'm out filming videos for YouTube or even when I'm traveling, I always carry a power bank with me. Depending on what I'm filming, I could be out all day, so I need a way to keep my cameras, drones, lights, all this stuff charged up. You would think at this point that I would remember to charge everything up the night before so that I'm good to go the next day, but nope, I'm not that smart. I'll try to get a quick charge while I'm getting ready and just plug up stuff in my car when I'm heading to my destination. I used to just carry a small power bank like this around to keep my phone charged and maybe get a small charge in my cameras, but it definitely wasn't enough for me, so I upgraded to a bigger power bank. Yeah, it was good enough to get me through most of the day, but it still wasn't really enough to power all of the camera gear that I bring out with me to film these videos. Now I know it's a big leap to go from here to this power station, but now that I'm taking YouTube a little more serious, this feels like the perfect portable workstation for me. The Bluetti Handsfree 2 has been perfect for when I'm out filming videos like this for my channel. It fits everything I need when I go out to film. And I basically have a workstation anywhere I go with this thing. After I'm done filming, I could easily just get started working on the video right there. Just plug my laptop in and I'm good to go. Or to be more practical, I can plug up a photo printer and just start printing away. Having such a powerful power station with all the inputs on here lets me do so much more than what I could do with just a power bank. So I'm 5'6" and this bag does look a little big on me, but at the same time, it's not really that bad for what it's meant to be. Also, the weight of the bag itself was a lot lighter than I expected it to be, without the power station in it, of course. All the camera backpacks that I have always feel heavy without anything even in them. Now for some issues that I found when using the Handsfree 2. Almost immediately after I took it out of the box to check out the bag, I snagged the mesh netting of the bottle holders on the side when trying to unzip the side flaps. Now whenever I open it up, I go slow and make sure that it won't snag. I know I'm not the only one that's had this issue too, as other reviews that I've seen have experienced the exact same thing. Next, I love the dividers in this bag so that I can put my camera gear in there, but I hate the fact that it's not truly customizable. Sure, you can take out dividers to make bigger sections, but that's it in terms of customization. The camera gear I take out with me is always changing, depending on what I'm filming that day. So it would have been much nicer to be able to fully adjust the dividers and take full advantage of all the space in this bag. And finally, I think what would have made the Bluetti Handsfree 2 perfect would be if it had wheels at the base and a pull handle. With the weight of the power station and being filled with camera gear, it would have been really nice to have another way to move the bag around without all the weight on my back. I guess I could just go to the gym, but yeah, that's not gonna happen. As for the solar panels, they are absolutely awesome, if you need them. Honestly, the SP100L or the PV60L solar panels from Bluetti would have been a much better option for the Handsfree 2. Don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely grateful to Bluetti for sending this out to me, and I'm definitely going to be using it. I just think for this power station and the people who it's meant for, a smaller solar panel would have been much more practical. The PV350D is so big and heavy, it's going to make a lot more sense for me to use when I'm near my car. Or if I ever do a multi-day outing, that's when I would bring the solar panel out. These solar panels are definitely meant more for someone that's going to be off-grid for a while. This whole setup is great for preparing for emergencies too. By the way, I know I just said that it was big and heavy, but honestly for something so powerful, it's actually really portable. They made it really easy to carry something that's 8 feet long and can power most appliances pretty much anywhere you go, as long as you're not weak like me. So is the Bluetti Handsfree 2 worth it? Let's be honest, if you clicked on this video and you've made it this far, this is probably something that'll be super useful to you. Whether you're a camper, a tech gear person who loves to travel, a drone operator, or someone who just wants to get out of the house to do some work remotely, this is perfect for you. If you're interested in picking up the Bluetti Handsfree 2, I have a couple of codes here to save you a little bit of money on your purchase. If you're on their website, use code RIRHF2. Or if you're shopping through Amazon, use code USKOL5OFF. Everything you need will be in the description. Alright, I'm gonna go lift some weights so I can stop complaining about how heavy this is. Or probably just order a pizza. See ya.